Hello. Y'all, any of y'all remember the 1985 film The Last Dragon? That came out in 1985? Well, I'm sure if you were not a kid in the 80s, you wouldn't remember that film. But it's gained quite a following through so many years. When it came on VHS and on HBO, it gained quite a following. And it's re- now it's re- now it's regarded as a classic. Not when it first came out, no, but when it but when it came on VHS and on TV, then that's when it was regarded as a classic. And now I hear they're thinking about remaking this film, and I'm trying to understand why. The Last Dragon is timeless. It's like Kill Bill. It's a martial arts film, but at the same time it pays homage to martial arts films like Kill Bill did. Timac was great as Leroy Green, calls himself Bruce Leroy. I don't know why, but he his character is a big fan of Bruce Lee films, but his performance is like a cross between Kane in Kung Fu and Luke Skywalker. Actually surprised to find out he actually had no acting experience, which is a surprise because I thought he actually did pretty well in the scenes where he was upset, and you see that he's upset, you believe it. And singer Vanity as Laura Charles. As a kid, I actually thought that was odd. Two leads, and they both just go by one name, Timac and Vanity. Yeah, Vanity is plays Laura Charles. She who hosts this dance show Seventh Heaven and gets in trouble with a gangster named Eddie Arcadian because he won't play his girlfriend's video on her show. It's kind of like this over the top Cyndi Lauper like thing. And Leroy steps in to defend her from these thugs when he gets mixed in because he does know karate. Leroy's on this path to discover the power of the glow, and he also has his troubles too. He has this over-the-top karate master named Shonuff who wants to fight Leroy. And Shonuff, played by Julius Carry, he's just this very physically imposing guy. And he's good. He just chews up every scene he's in. He was so memorable in that role. Busta Rhymes paid tribute to it in the video Dangerous, where he plays Shonuff and does a pretty good Shonuff impersonation, I'll tell you that. Timac, I'm actually surprised, hasn't done very much after Last Dragon. I mean, he continued to act, nothing real big. I always thought he'd become a new martial arts action star, but that didn't happen. He's doing okay, but not he's not living up too high up there. That's what I'm talking about. Julius Carry as Shonuff was pretty good. He just chewed up every scene he was in. He still continued to act throughout after that. I mean, the other role I best remembered him from was Lord Bowler from Briscoe County. The show with Bruce Campbell. And the weirdest part is the moment he appears on screen, you know what I say? It's Shonuff! He often said that was his most favorite role he's ever played, not Shonuff. But I'm sure that's the role he was best remembered from throughout that long time. I mean, because I'm sure people came up to him and when he walked down the street, sure people came up to him and would say, Shonuff! Sadly, he passed away in 2008 of pancreatic cancer. He is surely missed. Vanity, who played Laura Charles, I think suffered a near fatal overdose, and she had an out of body experience, and after that she quit the business and gave herself to God, which is a great turnaround for her. Sadly, she died in 2016 of kidney failure. Oh, and let's not forget Leo O'Brien as Richie, Leroy's annoying younger brother. He was good. I'm sure he's done a lot more, but I haven't seen much he's been in. He died of a gunshot wound that didn't quite. They didn't quite sew it up as well as they should, and he died sadly. The movie did have great martial arts fight scenes, and I love the fight between Leroy and Shonuff. I kind of feel like the Wachowskis got inspired off this when they did The Matrix. I thought when same way Leroy discovers the power within himself is the same way Neo discovers himself. I'm not saying it did get inspired. It just seems quite similar. And the glow scene with Shonuff and Leroy is kind of like it's like lightsabers from Star Wars, but within their hands, not with a sword. Chris Murney as Eddie Arcadian, just this very fun, cartoonish-like performance. He's just so good. He's just so good at being over the top. I mean, he's not. I don't know if he doesn't quite chew up the scenes the way Julius Carry does as Shonuff, but he's pretty good too. He's still acted here and there. I haven't seen much he's been in. I've seen a little bit of stuff he's been in, but nothing much. Could this work as a remake? I don't know. I mean, this movie was a product of the 80s. It's hard to replicate the performances that these actors gave. I mean, the way Julius Carey chews up every scene is shown up. I mean, Timac playing Leroy's curiosity, like a cross between Kane and Kung Fu and Luke Skywalker. He did it quite beautifully. Vanity's Laura Charles. Maybe Beyonce? I don't know. Sorry, I didn't mean to say that much, but do I think this could be remade? Well, I don't think they're going to do it shot for shot like they don't do remakes nowadays. Anybody remember Psycho? 1998? Or how about Overboard? Does anybody remember that? I'm trying not to. Anyway, Last Dragon was good. I mean, if they are going to remake it, which I keep hearing rumors that they are, good luck. Hope they can. I wonder if they could actually try to top what was good about the original. Good luck.